Hey friends, what's up? Oh yeah, I'm supposed to tell you what's up at Fun Factory Hobbies for the week ending Saturday, June 3rd, 2023. Got a whole lot, and by a whole lot, I mean a whole lot. Look at that giant pile there. So let's get into it, shall we? First off, we have from Warhammer Age of Sigmar releasing today the Agradon Lancers for Seraphon. That box is spoken for. Saurus Scar Veteran on Agradon. That box is spoken for, but we'd be happy to order more for you. Seraphon Raptidon Hunters haven't been specifically claimed yet. And the Seraphon Spawn of Chotek hasn't been claimed yet. If you're interested, come and snag them. New from Renegade Game Studios for the Transformers role-playing game. The time is now. Roll out! The Decepticons are enacting a nefarious scheme that could change the face of the galaxy in this adventure series for the Transformers role-playing game. The time is now takes you to your Autobots on a massive 4-part adventure. Your team will face perils from both ancient past and outer space. This adventure series can be used immediately after playing Troubled Waters and or Beacon of Hope introductory adventures. This book contains everything you need to run an action-packed adventure for 4 to 6 characters. Complete an epic adventure that spans time and space, new enemies to face, locations to explore, maps for tactical combat, face off against iconic Decepticon enemies, including Soundwave and Mindwipe. Start with second-level characters and advance up to 6 by the end of the adventure series. Requires the Transformer role-playing game core rulebook, which we have in stock. From our friends at Q Workshop, Harry Potter Gryffindor Modern Dice Set. Pretty. We have some more Harry Potter dice sets coming in next week. Just approved an order to go out Monday or Tuesday, so should be here Wednesday or Thursday. From our friends at Game Right, Quicks Mix score pads. So you might be familiar with Quicks, a Fast Family dice game, and Mensa Select winner, in case you didn't see that sticker there. The Quicks Mix score pads is some double-sided score pads which have a different arrangement of numbers. You'll notice those numbers aren't in numerical order, and those colors are all mixed up. What is going on? So it's a little bit more challenging way to play Quicks. And if you play Quicks, you're going to want more score pads anyway. So there's that. From Mantic Games, Terrain Crate Dungeon Adventures, we have Volume 2, Secrets of the Wizard's Tower. The Terrain Crate Dungeon Adventures contains an exciting adventure to add to your fantasy role-playing campaign. Compatible with the 5th edition of the world's most popular role-playing game, the players must investigate a dismal and lonely tower on a windswept coast. The locals have heard arcane chanting on the wind, and the aging wizard who lives in the tower has become increasingly erratic. A 2-sided adventure mat, plastic scenery, and a thrilling adventure in 2 acts await those that dare explore the secrets of the Wizard's Tower. Over 30 scenery pieces, not all of them pictured here, obviously. Fun stuff. And then also, Terrain Crate Dungeon Adventures Volume 1, Into the Necromancer's Lair. So again, another exciting adventure for 5th edition. Investigate the disappearance of a local apprentice and rumors of unspeakable horrors. A 2-sided adventure mat, plastic scenery, and a thrilling adventure in 2 acts await those who dare to enter the Necromancer's Lair. So again, over 30 pieces of scenery, not all of them pictured here. So this to me seems an awful lot along the same lines, except it's more scenery than figures, of the Epic Encounter. Speaking of which, new of that too. We have the latest Minions box, Step of the Lizard Thane. A people as ancient as the steppe they call home, the lizard folk whisper of war in uncanny, hissing voices. Nearby kingdoms live in fear of their brutal raids and the destruction left in their wake. Some say they eat the dead. Others believe they wield alien magic. One thing's for sure, no one has dared venture into their realm for many a year. Until now. 18 miniatures, including 6 unique sculpts, a double-sided game mat, an adventure book, monster stats, tips and tricks for building exciting and tense stuff. Again, designed to work with 5e and the associated boss box, Nest of the Dinosaur. Extinct? Hardly. In this world, dinosaurs still stalk the earth and all creatures flee before them. Once thought to be dismally stupid creatures, in truth, dinosaurs exhibit cold-blooded reptilian guile alongside giant jaws lined with lethal teeth and tails powerful enough to shatter spines with the barest flick. Any such creatures would make a formidable opponent, but one with 2 heads? The stuff of nightmares! Whether this specimen was born of genetic mutation, magic, or a blessing of the gods is unknown, but you can be sure it'll test your bravery to the limit. So this box includes the colossal 100mm base, which is to say 4 inches, or large is 3 inches, largest 2 inches, huge 3 inches. So yeah, colossal. A token sheet, which would be tokens for the lizard men that we just saw in the other box. Double-sided game mat, and an adventure book. Monster stats, tips, and tricks for building tension and excitement for 5e. Fun stuff. All right. This one's been out of stock for quite a while, and I don't think we've actually had it before. And we've had people asking about it. Heat, Pedal to the Metal from Days of Wonder and Asmodee Company. The countdown begins and sudden deep roars cut through the air as all the cars leap away from their starting lines. The Grand Prix is underway. Dust and wind, rush past your helmet. English is stupid. As you enter the first corner, pushing your engine to the limit, you almost spin out, but tightening your grip on the steering wheel, you slide through the corner. Apex still in first. You got this. So, race car game, Formula One. I pretty much love everything that comes out of Days of Wonder. I'm sure this one will be great also. I haven't played it yet, but that's okay. I don't need to. You can go to BGG and get all the reviews you want. From the Army Painter. So a couple months ago we had the Speed Paint 2.0 Mega Set. Mega Set Schmega Set. Here we have the Speed Paint 2.0 Complete Set. Mega Set's only got 50. This has 90 paints in it. Look at all that paint. Yes, it costs a pretty penny, or many of them. But hey, we have it. They also released a metallic set, but somebody already bought it, so I guess you're out of luck. We'll order more, don't worry. And that was a Speed Paints metallic, as opposed to the not Speed Paint metallic set we've already got there. From Smirk and Dagger, yeah. Be Hexed, a deck building game of curse and counter curse. Again, I love just about everything that comes out of Smirk and Dagger, so I'm sure this one will be great. The more powerful the magic, the more danger in wielding it. Be Hexed is a magical combat deck-building game where your hand of spells is both your only defense and your only currency. To that end, you must sacrifice cards from your hand and even your own willpower to custom-build your arcane arsenal. Begin as one of 6 unique battle mages specialized in their own magical discipline. Then, tailor your deck to your strategic tastes and in reaction to emerging opportunities. Curse and counter-curse your opponents into submission without being hexed yourself by the wild magics that have since passed beyond your control. Not the typical resource engine deck builder, rather, you're building a unique spellbook suited to your strategy and style. Cursed Victory. Cards worth victory points are potentially dangerous to you during play. Buy them at your own risk. Buy on the fly. All newly purchased cards are placed directly into your hand where they are available for immediate use. How about that? Lots of cool stuff. Again, it's from a company that we really, really, really like the stuff they put out. Let's see. Oh yeah, back to Game Right. We also brought in Word Heist, a game of lifted letters. It's a clever letter caper in 2 acts. First, secretly make a word with the letters in the gallery. Earn bonus for using featured letters, as well as for satisfying the conditions inside the vault. Then, drop as many clues about your word as you dare. The more clues you leave, the more you can score. But if someone guesses your word, they steal your score, haul away the most points, and you're the master word thief. Another company we enjoy the snot out of their stuff. Let's see what else we got. From Yu-Gi-Oh! The latest booster pack release, Wild Survivors. For further information on the Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game, please visit yu-gi-oh-card.com, which I have. How about that? Dungeons and Dragons Diceling. So it's a D20 that transforms into a monster, in this case, an owl bear, to go along with our red dragon, black dragon, and beholder that we've already had. Look at that, already on the shelf. How about that? From Star Wars, for Star Wars Legion, Ahsoka Tano, operative. Includes a plastic miniature, unit card, 4 command cards, a token sheet, and an insert. And Clone Commander Cody. Includes 3 plastic miniatures, a unit card, 3 command cards, 2 upgrade cards, a token sheet, and an insert. From our friends at Steve Jackson Games, we have Munchkin Squids, a 30-card expansion for Munchkin. Squid are supposed to be spineless, right? Then why are so many of them trying to kill you in this dungeon? Tentacles and suckers are everywhere. Everything is covered in slime. Even the food is attacking. Grab your Cuttlebone, put on your Nautilus Shelm, and make sure to deliver some sorely needed Squid Pro Quo. Grab Munchkin Squids with all 8 of your arms before it jets away. This is an expansion for Munchkin, not a standalone game. And Munchkin Witches, a 30-card expansion for Munchkin. Evil witches are everywhere, souring your milk, corrupting your files, sailing across the moon with a cackling laugh. What can you do? What you always do, kill them and take their stuff. Here are 30 witchy monsters, items, and curses to spook up your game. This expansion works with any Munchkin set, but if you want witches to be a bit more central in your game, shuffle it into Munchkin Pathfinder and let players be witches too. Oh my goodness. And as if that wasn't enough, Munchkin Cows, a 15 utterly hilarious cards for Munchkin expansion pack. And yes, I did say utterly for cows. Cows? Yes, cows. Here's the latest 15 card set of monsters and treasures for any Munchkin game. Stake your claim to this expansion before it's gone, because you'll feel sad if you miss it, and that's no bull. Oh my goodness, Munchkin is perfect for me. And as if that wasn't enough, Munchkin Druids, 112 more cards for Munchkin. If a tree's fall in the forest, does anyone care? Depends on who it falls on. Munchkin Druids adds 112 cards to the game. The new Druid class and more nature-related monsters and weapons than you can shake a holy stick at. Watch out for the bloodthirsty Nightshade and wear, but don't eat, the Death Cap. This is an expansion, as have been all the ones that we just showed you. Also from Steve Jackson Games, but not Munchkin, One Roll Quest. A whole adventure in one roll. Choose your character, roll the special die once. That's all it takes to have a quick adventure with ORQ, One Roll Quest. You might find treasure. You might find fame. You might die. Play it anywhere. Then make up a lot of lies about what happened along the way. This is a great game to play before the game you play, before you start the real game. All right. What else have we got here? I told you there was a lot of stuff this week. Oh, yeah. Books. We have the Solo Game Master's Guide. Geek Gamers from Modiphius. At last, a comprehensive tableside companion just for you. Create immersive solo RPG experiences with this dedicated guide from the acclaimed host of the Geek Gamers YouTube channel. This long-awaited solo GM guide is a crash course in solo storytelling, a toolkit to help your solo shine as brightly as hers do. Tammy's already started reading a copy of it. How about that? For the Starfinder role-playing game from Paizo, Ports of Call. At home in the stars, every galactic adventurer needs a place to call home, even if only until their starship is fueled for the next journey. Explore 10 major port cities full of adventure and intrigue, from Drifter's End on Absalom Station to the chasm city of Precipice on distant Aposte to the theme park planet of Golarian World. Learn about smaller ports as well, like the collection of warships known as the Bastion that protects against the Swarm, or the starship port of Skydock on Verces. Along with all this, Ports of Call also features a map of Desna's Path, the Starfinder galaxy, loads of player options including 4 new species, expanded downtime rules, new starship options, a cargo subsystem, new NPCs, side job adventures, and much more. I've heard great reviews about this book. Everybody Wins. 4 Decades of the Greatest Board Games Ever Made by James Wallace. Ever wondered when board games got so good? The definitive history of modern board game. And from Hasbro, Dungeons & Dragons Adventure Begins, a cooperative board game. So this is a board game. This is not the role-playing game. But of course, it's themed on Dungeons & Dragons. Also, not to be confused with the adventure game, board game system, formerly, produced by Wizards of the Coast and now WizKids. This is a board game. The perfect adventure for new heroes. Adventure Begins as a cooperative fantasy board game for the whole family set in the world of Dungeons & Dragons. Defeat monsters, collect treasures, be a hero. A new adventure every time you play. Lots of stuff. Look at all that cool stuff there. So if you're already into role-playing games, probably not for you. If you're interested in learning about Dungeons & Dragons, for example, you saw the new movie this spring and thought it was pretty cool, thought it might be something you want to check out, here's a board game, not so scary as the role-playing game. Check it out, and if you're intrigued, then you can dive deeper. We've got all the role-playing stuff back there. I just pointed at the thing outside of the camera, so that wasn't really very helpful, but hey, you got the idea. And this week's big release, Star Wars Shatterpoint. And by big release, I do mean big. Look at the size of that box. I have manly hands, and this is, big. So Shatterpoint, this is the core set, in case you didn't notice that, is a skirmish miniatures game, as opposed to Legion, that stuff. I did point on the camera that time. Hey, what do you know? I'm learning. Legion is more of a tactical. So this one, you're moving around individuals, as opposed to that one, you're moving around squads. Different scale of miniatures. They are sprued, require assembly, and if you are so inclined, painting. Amid a time of turmoil, conflict engulfs planets from the core worlds to the outer rim. From this strife arise moments of great importance, known as Shatterpoints, where the actions of a few can change the course of a single battle or even affect the fate of entire civilizations, whether launching clandestine missions deep within enemy territory or dueling bitter rivals amid the backdrop of larger planetary engagements. Your choices matter. Here, between clashing lightsabers and blasts of laser fire, you will decide the fate of the galaxy in Star Wars Shatterpoint. Will you lead the forces of light with Anakin Skywalker, clearly before he converted to the dark side, and Ahsoka Tano, or take a darker path with the deadly assassin Asajj Ventress and ruthless Lord Maul, or perhaps forge a new destiny of your own telling? Lots of cool minis, cool terrain. So that's the core set. But then we also have Twice the Pride Squad Pack with Count Dooku, Jango Fett, and Magna Guards. Your swords, please. We don't want to make a mess of things in front of the Chancellor. As sinister Sith Lord stalks the galaxy, once respected Jedi Knight and the Padawan of Grandmaster Yoda himself, Count Dooku has chosen the dark side. He now serves as the apprentice to Darth Sidious, carrying out his master's will in the dark schemes from Geonosis to Coruscant and beyond, using powerful pawns such as the bounty hunter Jango Fett. Although he is often protected by IG-100 Magna Guards, Dooku has unparalleled skill with a lightsaber and is more than a match for multiple Jedi. With his knowledge of the dark side and the way that the Separatist army at his back, he has the tools he needs to securely orchestrate a galactic civil war. So this box has 4 miniatures, 3 unit stat cards, 3 stance cards, 3 order cards. And not to be outdone, the Forces of Light have Hello There Squad Pack. The burden is on me not to destroy all the droids until you arrive. A Jedi Master battles to maintain the Republic. With the Republic under attack from all sides, the noble Obi-Wan Kenobi steps forward to contain the Separatist threat. At his side are the Clone Marshal Commander, known as Cody, and the Phase 2 clone troopers of the renowned 212th Attack Battalion. United in their resolve to preserve the Republic, they battle the Separatist threat throughout the galaxy, known for their ability to strategize even in the thick of battle and ferocity in combat. Kenobi, Cody, and the 212th represent one of the Republic's best chances to restore peace to the galaxy. Again, includes 4 miniatures, 3 unit stat cards, 3 stance cards, 3 order cards. And I did mention there's terrain, so here's the Take Cover terrain pack with lots of ground cover stuff. As you can see there. And the wrong side, high ground terrain pack. Let's just go straight to the back, shall we? Lots of elevated stuff, ladders, platforms, multi-tier, and some other ground cover stuff. That's what released at launch. Movement tools, which also come in the starter box. I don't know if you can see it down on the bottom of the box there, but there's a dice set. Again, starter box has those. We got plenty of that stuff. So, that's all the new stuff. Oh my gosh, that was a lot of it. We also have organized play. So, last night we had the Magic the Gathering Commander Clash. Had a pretty good turnout for it. I was pleased. Today, here in just a few minutes, we have our second Paldea Evolved pre-release day, starting at 11 a.m. on Saturday, June 3rd. Sign-in starting at 10:30, and I'm recording this at like 10:25. And then at 2 o'clock, we have Pokemon League. I honestly don't expect much turnout today because there's a big event in Milwaukee, which I know several of our regional area folks are attending. Next Friday, so June 9th, our regularly scheduled Friday night Commander casual event. Pokemon League Challenge next Saturday at 11. Again, sign-ins at 10:30. And League at 2. The League Challenge requires standard legal decks for Pokemon. And there was just a rotation when Scarlet and Violet came out. So there's that. And Paldea Evolved will not be tournament legal yet, and it does require submission of deck lists, so please bring those with you if you're planning on attending the League Challenge. Friday the 16th we have, and also Saturday the 17th, we have our Magic the Gathering Lord of the Rings pre-release. Friday at 6 p.m., Saturday at 11 a.m., Saturday at 6 p.m., and sandwiched in between those on Saturday the 17th is our regularly scheduled 2 o'clock Pokemon League. And then the following week, we'll be open the 19th, but the 20th through 24th, I mean, technically through the 25th, but we're not open on Sundays normally anyway, the store will be closed because Origins Game Fair will be going on in Columbus. So, that's what's up. Thanks, as always, for slugging through this long What's Up this week and checking out all the new stuff and upcoming events and whatnot. Like, subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll catch you next time. Bye.